All right, guys, so with all the power outages we've been having, you might be looking for a power station. What I got here is the Delta 3 Plus. So this is going to be the newer version, and this is going to be upgrade from their Delta 2. So whether you have the Delta 2 and you're looking to upgrade, or you're in the market for a medium-sized power station to power, say, your fridge, some home essentials during a power outage, we're going to be taking a look and comparing these two power stations to see which one is a better fit for you. Now, another thing I want to mention, this is a good time to buy an Ecoflow power station because they're doing some Prime Day sales. I'll make sure I go ahead and link that in the description box below. But let's go ahead and compare these two power stations. All right, guys, so over here is the Delta 3 Plus, and then we got the Delta 2 over here. Both of these are 1024 watt-hour power stations, so nice medium-sized power stations. You can take this out camping or also use this as home backup. Would be great to power, say, a refrigerator, a deep freezer, some home appliances during a power outage. Both these come in at about 27 pounds, so not too heavy if you want to take this out on the road. All right, so we'll do a quick size comparison. So side to side, as you guys can see, both power stations are pretty much same length along with the same height. Now as far as width goes, with the Delta 2 you're looking at about 8¼ inches, and with the Delta 3 Plus a little bit skinnier at 7 and about 5/8, 7¾ inches wide. So first up, one of the main differences you'll see with the Delta 3 Plus, which is one of my favorites, is they have everything now up on the front panel. So you got your display, you got your on and off buttons, you got your USB-C, USB-A, and then all your AC outputs. And then also the venting is right here on the front. On the Delta 2, one of the things I didn't like is you got your display up here, and then you got your USB-A and USB-C. But as I flip this around, you'll see this is where your AC outputs are going to be. And then along with that, on the Delta 2, they have the venting on the side. What I didn't like about the Delta 2 is when I put this in a vehicle, I had to make sure that I didn't block the venting on the side. Only USB-A and USB-C would be on the front with the display to be able to monitor this. And then my AC outputs are on the back. I definitely like the new design where everything is right on the front. You can nicely tuck this away in a vehicle, and you got all access right here on the front. Also with the Delta 2, the extra battery port is on the side. Now as you guys can see on the Delta 3 Plus, no AC outputs on the back of this. You're just going to get your AC input, spot for an external battery, and then we'll talk about these solar inputs in a minute. You got your DC output, 2 barrel connectors, same thing as on the Delta 2. Now as far as the outputs go, with the Delta 2, you're going to get 15 outputs. And then with the Delta 3 Plus, you're going to get 13. So right here, you got your 2 USB-A. These are just your standard USB-As. And then you get 2 fast charging USB-As. Along with USB-C, you get 2 of those. Now these on the Delta 2 are going to be 100 watt max. When we look over at the Delta 3 Plus, you're going to get 2 USB-Cs. But these are going to be rated at 140 watts. On the Delta 3 Plus, you're going to get 2 USB-As fast charge. So you do get 2 extra USB-As on this side. For Delta 3 Plus, you're going to get 6 AC outlets. And then with the Delta 2, you're also going to get 6 AC outlets. Another thing I do like about the Delta 3 Plus is how they oriented the AC outlets. So if you do have a bigger plug, they got 2 that are going in sideways, 1 that's going in straight. So you'll be able to fit those bigger plugs in there. Now, one of the huge upgrades for the Delta 3 Plus is their recharge time. So the recharge on the Delta 3 Plus, in 40 minutes, you can get up to 80%, but in 56 minutes, you can fully charge this to 100%. And that's because its AC input is 1500 watts. When you go over to the Delta 2, to get up to 80%, that'll take about 50 minutes, and then to fully charge this is going to take 80 minutes, and that's because the AC input on this one is only 1200 watts. So a huge upgrade for the Delta 3 Plus. Fully charge this is 0 to 100% in just 56 minutes through AC. Now if you guys are wondering about the solar input on this, they did a huge upgrade here on the Delta 3 Plus also. As you guys can see, you got 2 solar inputs. On the Delta 2, you're only going to have 1. And with these two solar inputs, the Delta 3 Plus can take in up to 1,000 watts of solar power. And with 1,000 watts of solar power, this can be fully charged in about 70 minutes. When we look over at the Delta 2, we got one input, and this is going to accept up to 500 watts of solar. So another nice upgrade for the Delta 3 Plus. Now with that being said, they did do an upgrade on the LFP battery inside the Delta 3 Plus. So you're going to get up to 4,000 cycles, and then it'll drop down to 80%. With the Delta 2, you're going to get only about 3,000 cycles and then drop down to the 80%. The surge on the Delta 3 Plus is going to be up to 3,600 watts. Surge on the Delta 2 is going to be 2,700 watts. X boost 2,600 watts on the Delta 3 Plus. X boost on the Delta 2 is going to be 2,200 watts. Now if you're looking to expand on one of these Delta series, add some extra batteries for backup power, the Delta 3 Plus has another nice upgrade. You're going to be able to expand this up to 5 kilowatt hours, and then the Delta 2, it's going to be limited to 3 kilowatt hours. Another nice upgrade for the Delta 3 Plus is if you want to use this as an uninterruptible power source, a UPS, hook this up to, say, your computer, or maybe you're running 3D printers and you can't lose power to them. The switchover time on the Delta 3 Plus is going to be 10 milliseconds compared to the Delta 2, which is going to be 30 milliseconds. So another thing they did is they made the Delta 3 Plus a lot quieter. So right now I have a hot plate hooked up to the Delta 2, and then I got a dB meter pulled up on my phone sitting right on top of the Delta 2, and we're going to see how loud the fan noise is. So as you guys see, it's around 60 dBs. I'm going to go ahead and put the mic next to the fan. Now I got the hot plate hooked up to the Delta 3 Plus. As you guys can see, pulling about 837 watts, and the fan is on, and we'll see what this registers at. So as you guys can see, about 36 dBs, a lot quieter, and I'll go ahead and put the mic by the fan. And to be honest with you, I can't even hear the fans in the Delta 3 Plus. All right, guys, so there you go. A quick comparison between the Delta 3 Plus and the Delta 2. So if you're in the market looking at both of these power stations, hopefully that video helped you a little bit to decide between which one. Like I said, they're doing some Amazon Prime Day sale, so you'll be able to pick these up at a nice discounted price, and I'll make sure I put that link in the description box below. If you guys found some value in the video, make sure you smash that like button, and if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next one, guys, I will talk to you later.